I think we are live.
Good evening to all. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Vijon. I'm Dr. Elizabeth V. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Vijon, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Bishop Chulaparmbil Memorial College, Kottayam. I'm here to welcome you all to this international webinar on higher studies opportunities in Europe organized by IQSC and Department of Physics, BCM College. Let me welcome our resource person for the day, Ms. Victoria Modnarova. Ms. Victoria is the second regional representative of Euraxis Latin America and Caribbean, based in Mexico City. Euraxis is a European initiative delivering free information and support services to professional researchers regardless of the career stage. Her main role is to inform the community of researchers of all scientific domains and nationalities based in Latin America and Caribbean about the funding and career opportunities that the European research area offers. The second role Victoria holds is the Euraxis worldwide outreach liaison in order to reinforce the synergies, links, and co-designs of activities and actions with Euraxis initiatives in Europe. Prior to her current position, she was the regional representative of Euraxis North America for 7 years. Between 2008 and 13, Victoria was the project manager and Euraxis network coordinator at the Academy of Sciences of Czech Republic. Born in Slovakia, Victoria holds a Master of Arts degree in International Relations and European Studies from the Metropolitan University in Prague. She was an international student herself in UK, France, US, and Canada, and speaks 6 languages. Welcome, Victoria, to this session. Also, I would like to welcome all the teachers and students from different universities and colleges to this international webinar on higher studies opportunities in Europe. This talk is for you. Let's learn to dream high and fly high. I would like to welcome our principal, Dr. Tina Anna Thomas, Bursa, Father Philmon Kaltara, Vice Principal and IQSC Coordinator, Dr. Steffi Thomas, and Head of the Department of Physics, Mrs. Smita Joseph, into this webinar. They have constantly and continuously supported and guided throughout the planning and execution of today's webinar. Dear participants, you can write down your questions and queries in the comment box as Victoria will be addressing them at the end of her session. Let's begin. Over to you, Victoria.
Thank you very much, Dr. John, for this very nice introduction. I would not have said it better. Welcome to all, and thank you for being part of this session today. Let me present my screen so you can follow my presentation with me. So, although Dr. John said that I'm based currently in Mexico City, responsible for Latin America and the Caribbean, but I have also traveled the world and lived in many, many different countries. And right now, I am promoting the European funding opportunities within the European research area. So, no matter where you are based right now, whether it is India for obviously the purpose of this webinar, or anywhere else in the world, you will be able to find opportunities under the current program of the European Commission that is called Horizon 2020. Thus, let's begin. I would like to start with shortly introducing the biggest program of research and innovation in the world that is currently funded by the European Union, and it's called Horizon 2020. It's the so-called framework program for research and innovation of the European Union, and it is already the 8th in the row. Lasting from 2014 until the end of 2020. Therefore, at the end of this year, this particular program that lasted for 7 years is going to end. But do not worry, because we are working already on the 9th framework program, which will be called Horizon Europe, and it will start in January 2021, and again will have duration of 7 years. The budget for the current framework program, Horizon 2020, is approximately 77 billion euros that goes into research, innovation, technology, and development, not only to the European countries, but also to the countries associated to Horizon 2020 and the so-called third countries, meaning the countries outside of Europe. The budget for the next framework program is proposed to be 100 billion euros for the period of 7 years. Therefore, we are aiming at increasing the current budget that would go for research and innovation. So we are hoping that this budget will be approved and we will be able to invest even more into this very important part of our lives. As you can see on the slide, this particular program is open to the world, meaning that researchers and research institutions from all around the world can participate in either individual programs of this program or in something called collaborative projects, where you have to have an institution to join at least 3 European research institutions to be able to form a project on the topic of your choice. To give you just a very short overview of the current framework program, Horizon 2020, it is divided into 3 main pillars: excellent science, industrial leadership, and societal challenges. As I mentioned, you can participate either as an individual researcher or you can participate with the research organization. If you participate as a research institution, be it a university, a research organization, private or public, you would be looking at the 3rd pillar, which is the societal challenges. Within this particular pillar, you will be able to find 7 different themes from any research area and field that you can think of, where you can form a consortium with European institutions, with European countries, and you can enter into collaborative projects with Europe under the 3rd pillar called societal challenges. Today, because my specialty are individual grants or mobility grants for individual researchers, therefore, we will be looking at the 1st pillar, which is called excellent science. And within this pillar, you will be able to find the fellowships and grants that are dedicated for PhDs, for postdocs, for more experienced researchers. So let's begin with the first important part of Horizon 2020 that is called Euraccess. Let me begin by saying that Euraccess is not a funding body. It means that we are not going to give you a check, but we will tell you where to find money. We will tell you where to find funding in Europe, and through our website and through our services, you will be able to not only look for funding, but also receive a lot more information for you and your family members. So your access is basically a cross-disciplinary platform within Horizon 2020, which is an implementation tool for researchers that would like to look for funding opportunities and jobs within the European research area. So this platform is there for you to facilitate your search, but also once you are in Europe, it will help you to settle down and help you with a lot of administrative burden that you will have once you are in Europe, but also before. So this is the landing page of the Euraccess website, and you can see the link on the top of the page. So when you click on that particular link, this is where you are going to land. Let me tell you a little bit more about the history of this project. Euraccess was born back in 2004, and the name comes basically from two words meaning access to Europe, thus Euraccess. Our motto is Researchers in Motion, because we are really focusing especially on researchers and their family members that are moving from one country to another, either within the European research area or from outside Europe to Europe. This platform was really created for you, for making your life easier, for taking the burden away from your shoulders so you can really focus on your research, on your studies in Europe, and you don't have to deal with a lot of bureaucracy that you can obviously find in Europe and also everywhere in the world. Currently, Euraccess is a big network. We have 40 European countries that are part of the Euraccess network in Europe, and 8 regions that are part of the Euraccess worldwide network outside of Europe. But I will tell you a little bit more about each arm, the European and the international. So think about Euraccess as a helping tool, as an information center, which will give you a lot of information, not only about funding, but also about your life, working and living in Europe. These are the parts of Euraccess which you will be able to find on the website. Also, let me stress that all the services that Euraccess offers, all the information that we are giving to you is completely free of charge. You don't have to pay for anything. You can go directly on the website and you will find the majority of the information that I'm telling you. And of course, if not, then we will give you contact information of the people sitting in these offices ready to help you in your journey. So let's start with the first, one of the most important parts of the Euraccess website, which is jobs and funding. We have been building a database of jobs in Europe, research, innovation, and development jobs since 2004. We started with about 1-200 jobs per day, and currently we are between 9,000 to 12,000 job vacancies in Europe per day. Our website gets millions of clicks per year, therefore it has already grown, so it is a legitimate and very important tool for researchers that are looking for job vacancies and funding opportunities within the 40 European countries. I will be going into details for some of these parts of the website. Some I will not, but again, if you have any further questions, I will be happy to take them at the end or at a later stage. This screenshot I took yesterday when I was preparing for this presentation, and just for you to see that I'm not joking about the number of positions that we have available per day. So yesterday, as you can see on the screen, we had 9,355 research job positions available. Let me also stress and clarify that these research positions are for people that are looking for a PhD program. So we start with undergraduates that have already completed their bachelor's and or master's, depending on the country, because in some countries you can enter into a PhD program after finishing your bachelor's. In some countries, you cannot. You have to have a master's degree in order to enter into a PhD program. So depending on each particular country and vacancy, you have to see which is what is a requirement for you to enter into a PhD program. But that's where we start with our program, and that's where we start with the career stage. Are the students, the researchers that would like to do a full PhD program in Europe. So those vacancies, those PhD programs, you will be able to find on our portal. If you are more experienced, if you are looking for a postdoctoral position, those vacancies are also available here on this website. If you're even more experienced and you're looking for example, a position for an assistant professor or a research manager or a research assistant or any other position that is connected to research, science, innovation in Europe, you will be able to look for those positions on the website. All the vacancies that we have available within our database are fully paid, so you will not find a job that is voluntary and you will just go without being paid. That is not the case. And also, these positions are not tenured. It means that on our website, you are always going to find positions that are limited by a budget, by a particular project. So some positions can be for 1 year, some for 2, some for 3. So really depending on the particular positions that you're looking for, the length can vary. So just to really clarify this, that you're not going to find the positions that will be for life or really long term. They are always paid either from national, regional, or international sources, but they're always a limited contract for a particular number of years. If you are going to look and zoom into the Euraccess jobs part of the website, I wanted to give you a couple of screenshots so we can walk through the website and I can show you a little bit how you can manage and how you can handle the website when you will be looking for jobs. So let me give you a few examples. This is the landing page, and when you click on jobs and funding, you will be able to search for jobs by different criteria. Obviously, as you could see, over 9,000 jobs, you don't want to go through all of them. You want to narrow down your search so you can find only the jobs and funding that you are looking for. You can search by research field. We have all the research field available under this website. We are not limiting it to a particular field. That's one of the reasons why we have so many vacancies available, because we cover all research areas. So from biology, physics, astronomy, social sciences, and humanities, we really cover all of them. Then you can search by research profile. And this is exactly what you can see on the screen. The European Commission has divided the career stages into 4, R1, R2, R3, and R4. The R1 is for those that are looking for a PhD program. The R2, the recognized researcher, is for those that are looking for a postdoc. And it goes higher. So the R3 and the R4 are going to be positions for more experienced researchers, for leading researchers that would like to look for a position in Europe. Then you can search by sector. We have positions in academia as well as industry. You can search by country. You can search by 40 different European countries. So, for example, if you have a particular European country in mind that you would like to go to, you would search by country. Last but not least, you can search by something called the European research programs. And within these programs, you will be able to find position within the two main European programs for individual researchers. The first one is called the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions, and the second one is called the European Research Council grants. And I will talk a little bit about these grants at the end of my presentation. Now, when I did the search yesterday, I clicked on the first stage that I would like to look for PhD positions. And when I did search, of course, you can see in the parentheses that there were more than 4,000 positions available for those that are looking for PhD programs. And here I did a screenshot of only 3. Just to give you an idea how it looks like when you click on this particular search, you will see the list of all the positions, vacancies available for those looking for PhD programs. Here, I would like to draw your attention to the application deadline, because for every single vacancy, whether it's a job position or a funding opportunity, it's a different date. So I would like to stress that please pay attention to the application deadline. So for example, the first one is 1st of October. The second one is the 7th of October. And the third one is the 28th of September. So here you can see the different application deadlines. I clicked on the second one, available in Germany. And this is, again, a bit of a zoom in how it looks like when you click on a particular position. So this is a PhD position to study the structure and dynamics of free metal oxide nanoparticles by lasers in Germany. Once you click on the position, you will always find a yellow button called Where to Apply. So basically what you do is you're not going to come back to me or to my colleagues within the Euraccess network to ask or inquire more information about the particular position, but you will go yourself on this yellow button, which will tell you where to apply. So in this particular example, when I clicked on where to apply, this is what I got. So you will either receive a website, which will directly take you to the application process, to the application website, or you will have a contact person to whom you have to write an email in order to inquire about this particular position. So if you still have questions after reading what is already provided on the website, you will have to contact the person that will appear under the Where to Apply button. Now, this is only an example of one particular position that I chose, and I walked you through so you can get a feel of how the Euraccess Jobs website works. I know that there are a lot of positions, thousands of them, and I know also that we sometimes forget to look at it every day, because it's actually every day there are placing more and more positions. Therefore, you would have to be on the website every single day, but you don't have to. If you forget, what you can do is you can create something called a researcher profile. Again, it's completely free of charge. You can find the register button on the website, on the Euraccess website. And this is just a little bit of a background look of how a researcher profile looks like once you start creating it. So currently we have more than 45,000 registered researchers on the Euraccess website. What you can do with the profile, basically it allows you to upload your curriculum, your CV, and on the basis of the curriculum that you upload, the organizations, the research institutions that are looking for a particular candidate for their project or for hiring, they can look for you by keywords. So from their end, they can type in keywords into the search, and if your CV includes that particular keyword, they can find you and they can look for you and they can contact you directly. Another really good feature of the researcher profile is that you can set alerts. It means that you will choose the areas of interest. You will choose the research fields that are interesting for you, and then you will also choose from the positions that you are interested in, whether it's a career stage or research field, or the type of positions that you are interested in Europe. And then once that particular position appears or it's uploaded on the Euraccess jobs database, you will get a notification into your email. Therefore, you don't have to look at the website every single day, but only at the time that you receive an alert that there is a position of interest. So the only thing you have to pay attention to is to leave your researcher profile available or so-called public. Therefore, the others can look for you. And not only research organizations, but also other researchers that are looking to maybe team up with researchers from their field, and they're looking for maybe creating a consortium or looking for joining projects. So that way you will be visible and you can also search for others and they can search for you. But it's only available for those that are registered. So you will not be visible to those that are not. Now I would like to move to the second part of the website, which is also a really, really nice feature, which is called career development. This is a feature that we have added to the website only 2 years ago, so it's the newest member of our Euraccess family, so to speak. We thought that it's also important not only to give information about jobs and funding to the researchers, but also help them in their path, help them within the career development, help them maybe find the right way, and guide them within their career. If they are a bit lost, or if they don't know, if they want to maybe switch from one sector to another, or they would like to go for a PhD or for a postdoc. So we created this platform for you where you can find a lot of information. As you can see already on the website, you will be able to look for information if you want to transfer from academia to industry, so how you can engage with industry. You will be able to find training resources, policy recommendations. And one of the really nice tools that I myself have played with and have gone through quite a bit is the career orientation tool. So as you can see on the bottom of the page, once you click on access the tool, this is the page that you will land on. And here you will find a lot of quizzes which are connected to values and motivations, to skills, to career options, plan your development. So basically here you can click through all the different tabs, you can take different quizzes, and it will guide you through and give you a lot of information, resources, links to read about your career and where perhaps might be the right path for you to go from where you are right now towards what your dreams might be. So please use this tool and take advantage of the fact that it's completely free. Let me move to another very, very important part of the Euraccess platform, and it's information and assistance. This is basically the part for which Euraccess at the very beginning in 2004 was created to help with administrative information to researchers and their family members that are moving to Europe. So this is the landing page of the information and assistance. Within this particular page, you will be able to find information about accommodation in Europe, about visas, long-term permits, work permits, social security, health insurance, schools for children, language schools, leisure activities, you name it. So all the administrative information or practical information that you need to know before you move to that country. And I have good news because we are present in every single European country. We have 40 so-called national portals, which means that every single country that you see on the screen has their own portal, has their own website, where they put information about the particular country of your interest. The information is always available in English and in the local language, so you will not have a problem understanding. Within these countries, there is the Euraccess European Network. In some countries, there are 5 centers. In some countries, there are 20 or 30, usually depending on the size of the country that you will be going to. And there are over 1,000 people within these service centers in Europe that will help you and give you tailored information about what you will be inquiring for, and not only for you, as I mentioned, but also for your family members. And let me point out or just show you one of the websites that is dear to my heart, because that's where I also met Dr. John, and it is the Czech Republic. So once you click on the Czech Republic, this is their national portal. So you see everything is in English. And it is divided into 3 main parts: living, working, and leaving the Czech Republic. And already on the bottom of the page, you can see that they have information about visas, accommodation, banking, health insurance, etc. So you can click on all these links and you will find information about all these important details. If you don't find them, there's a team behind this network as well. You can contact them, you can call them, you can write them an email with your particular query if you don't find it on the website. And here I want to have a little moment for me and how basically we are also connected with Dr. John. And I hope she's not going to get mad at me, but I would like to show you just a picture of a video that we did back in 2010, which was basically how our path crossed. I was working in one of those Euraccess service centers in Prague in the Czech Republic as the national coordinator of the Euraccess Czech network. And I was helping every single day researchers and their family members with the everyday struggles. We went to the foreign police and I helped them with their obtaining their visas, long-term permits. Sometimes we had to go and open a bank account. Sometimes we had to go and look for accommodation, or we were looking for schools for children. So you can see that there is a staff behind that is actually real, and you can go into an actual office and you can ask them questions, and you can really discuss with them anything you need in terms of practical information about the country that you will be moving to. I know that Europe as a continent is one of the smallest, is not as large as the Americas, as Asia, but we have a lot of languages. Every country has a different language, so that might be also a little bit of a burden at the beginning. But I want to stress that research and innovation in Europe is done in English. So you will be able to really work your way through with English. But of course, if you want to go out and enjoy a little bit of a local life, then you might want to learn at least a few words in the local language. And most of these Euraccess service centers will also help you find a language course. We, for example, in the Czech Republic, we were offering free language courses for researchers and their family members. So this is a little shameless advertising for the Czech Republic. But I'm sure that Dr. John can tell you a little bit more. If you want to look at the video, I will leave you here with the link. Moving a little bit further into one of the last parts of the Euraccess website and the Euraccess initiative is called the Euraccess Worldwide. Here, if you remember at the beginning, I said that we are present in Europe in 40 European countries, but Euraccess is also present outside Europe. We have sort of, as I call it, an international arm of Euraccess. We are present, as you can see on the left-hand side, in 8 different countries/regions. And as you can also see, we have an office in India. We have a Euraccess India office. And when you click on it, and this is the landing page that you will see. And I would like to encourage you to register as well. As you can see, sign up and become a member for free. If you click on this yellow button, you will be able to register to receive news directly from my colleagues that are based in India. I have two colleagues, Samrat and Somalia. So if they are watching or listening, I'm greeting you and I hope you're well. You can access the news and the events that are organized by Euraccess India. And the main objective of Euraccess Worldwide, and of course Euraccess India in particular, is to connect researchers that are based in India to the European research area. So you have a direct link from between your country and Europe, and it will be, tailor-made. It will be specified for you that would like to spend some time or part of your career within the European research area. They also organize amazing events. Obviously, right now, the trying times that we are going through, most or all of the events are virtual, but nevertheless, they're still very informative and some of them are really fun as well. As you can see on the bottom of the page, there is something called Science Slam, and I would like to invite you to participate. This is a wonderful opportunity to present your project, present your work in a couple of minutes to an audience of non-experts. So now everything will be done virtually, but there is a prize. And I'm not going to tell you what the prize is because I want you to click on this link and find out what the first prize is in case you win the competition of the Euraccess India Science Slam. Again, if you sign up to receive the news, Euraccess India sends emails once or twice a month with new openings in Europe, with new positions for PhDs, for postdocs, for more experienced researchers, collaborative project possibilities between India and the EU. So this would be basically the wonderful platform for you to also be aware of and be connected to. And as of sort of a last part of my presentation, I would like to give you additional information where you can find funding. So the Euraccess platform, as I mentioned, is not a funding tool, but it's an information and services assistance. Therefore, we will tell you where to find funding, where to look for it, what kind of opportunities are available for you, but we don't have the budget to pay you or to give you a fellowship. Therefore, these, on what you can see on the screen, these are the main mobility programs for individual researchers that are actual funding programs. I put a little timeline, and I also included the Erasmus Plus, which is not very much of our responsibility, but in case you have colleagues, you have fellows, peers, students that are interested in doing a master's degree in Europe, then the only funding program that is available through the European Commission is called Erasmus Plus. And through this Erasmus Plus program, you can do a 1 or 2 year master degree in Europe. If you have questions about this particular program, you can reach out to me and I can send you more information. The next level is, as I mentioned already before, is the Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions. Within this program that is also funded by the European Commission, and it's a funding program, you will be able to find PhD positions and postdoc positions. There is a fellowship called the Marie Curie Individual Fellowship, again, open to all nationalities and all research fields, and it's completely a bottom-up approach. So you write your own project, you come up with your own idea. You have to have a host institution in Europe, anywhere in Europe, to be able to build your project and apply for this funding. The call is open always once a year, and unfortunately for 2020, it closed actually 2 days ago on the 9th of September. But good news is that, as I mentioned at the beginning, under the following framework program, which is called Horizon Europe, this Marie Curie Fellowship will continue. And we will see when the opening will be and the deadline will be. It used to be April that it opened and then September that it closed, but we don't know yet the exact information about next year. But again, if you sign up to receive the Euraccess India newsletters or flash notes, you will get the information about all the openings and all the deadlines about these particular programs. So you don't have to worry about not getting it on time. Then the next level, which is a little bit further up, it's for more experienced researchers, are the grants that are given by the European Research Council. You can see on the slide that they are divided into 3 different parts depending on how experienced you are. So we have the ERC starting grants that are 2 to 7 years past the PhD. Then we have consolidator grants, that is the second level, is 7 to 12 years past your PhD. And then the last one are the advanced grants, which are for researchers that have already a significant track record, but they have to have at least 10 years of excellent research behind them in order to apply for this particular grant. Here we are talking between 1 to 3 million euros per grant, and the grants last for up to 5 years. Whereas the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Fellowship for postdoctoral researchers lasts between 1 to 2 years. So there we have a shorter period of time, whereas the European Research Council grants can last up to 5 years. So this is a little bit of a line, as you can see, a timeline or a career stage of researchers, starting from students all the way to senior professors, and the different grants that the European Commission offers to the different stages of your career. Depending on where you are in, you can apply for the grant that would be applicable to you, to the stage of the career that you are in right now. I'm not going to go into further details in these particular grants. As I said, for the individual fellowship of the Marie Skłodowska-Curie is currently closed, so we'll have to wait for the next year for it to reopen. The good news is that the starting grants are going to open very soon. So again, stay tuned. We are still working on the next year's work program. Therefore, the deadlines and the dates are still not out, but we are going to know them very, very soon, getting into the next framework program. With that, I would like to also mention that within the European Research Council, there is a new grant that was reintroduced as of last year, as of 2019, and is called a Synergy Grant. This is the only grant within the European Research Council that allows for more than one PI, more than one principal investigator. For the 3 of them, the starting, consolidator, and advanced, there is only one principal investigator that the grant goes to. But with the Synergy grants, you can have between 1 and 4 principal investigators part of the project. And of course, because these are much larger and they involve more researchers in the small group, you can apply for up to 10 million euros for the period of the grant. And one of the novelty that is new as of the 2019 work program, which has not been part of the ERC before is that one of the principal investigators, let's say one of the three or one of the four that will be part of the Synergy grant, can be based completely outside of Europe. So one of the principal investigators can be based in India, for example, and the other three can be based in Europe. So this is a novelty that has been introduced as of last year to really show that the programs are international, they welcome international collaboration, and they welcome researchers from all around the world. On this slide, I will leave you with all the important and useful links about all the different initiatives and all the different funding programs that I have been talking about throughout today's presentation. And of course, this presentation will be available to you. I will send it to Dr. John so she can then forward it to your email addresses. So with that, I would like to thank you for your attention. I hope that you were able to learn something new and that you will be able to use the tools and the funding programs that the European Commission offers to you. Here are also my contact information in case you would like to contact me. Feel free to do that. Otherwise, as I mentioned, it would be probably better if you contact my colleagues that are based in India so they can give you more tailor-made assistance and information about your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. We have few questions. Here is a question. I would like to know more about Erasmus Plus. Can you?
Yes, so basically the Erasmus Plus is for those that would like to do a master degree in Europe. There are two ways to be connected to the Erasmus Plus. There is the international credit mobility part, which are bilateral contracts between two institutions, between the European university and the university that you are part of in India. So for this first option, you would have to go to the international office of your university and ask if they have a bilateral agreement within Erasmus Plus with a European university. Because if they do, they can exchange students and you can go to Europe for a couple of months, or you can go for a year, you can go for 2 years, depending on the agreement between your university and the university in Europe. So that's one option. The second option is basically called the joint master degrees. That is a program under Erasmus Plus, which you will have to look for your master degree or your master course. So it doesn't go through your university, but you yourself can go on the link that I can share with you later on, where you can find the so-called catalog of all the master courses available in Europe right now. Obviously, for the year 2020, 2021, it has been closed already because the school year started at the beginning of September. So you will not be able to find a master course for this school year, for this academic year. But shortly, the courses will be available for the next academic year for 2021 and 2022. So then you have to, again, click on this link that will take you to the catalog of all the master courses that are available in Europe. And there are, just to give you an idea, over 200 different courses available in different fields, in different areas. So then it will be up to you to search and see if there is something that would be of an interest to you. So it will be the same concept as for Euraccess. So you go on the Erasmus Plus website, you look for the catalog, and you choose from the courses that you're interested in, and then you can apply through the website to these courses. They're open to, again, to all nationalities.
Okay, Victoria, thank you. And another question, is there any chance for online works?
For online what? I'm sorry?
Yeah, online research works, I suppose.
Well,
Maybe, maybe it depends upon the subject for bioinformatics or computer chemistry, computerized chemistry, and some we can have online work little bit, but we have to be present there, I suppose, at some point of time.
yes,
Okay.
yes, exactly. Thank you.
Another one, is it necessary to have a 4-year undergraduate program to move on to masters in Europe?
No, for the masters, the requirement is to have a bachelor degree. And I'm not sure whether, because in every country it is a little bit different, but normally in Europe, the bachelor degree is for 3 years, and then you can move on to the master's degree.
Okay. Next question. Without this scholarship, is it affordable to take up a PhD in Europe?
Yes, so all the PhD positions are paid, and especially the one that will be offered by the Myers-Sklovsky reactions. If you remember, I said that those funding actions are available for doing a PhD in Europe. The PhDs normally last for up to 3 years in Europe, so it's very intense, but they're all paid. And the Marie Curie offers a really good salary for researchers because we are talking about approximately 2,000 euros per month for a PhD student. And also, apart from this, you are going to receive something called living mobility allowance and family allowance every month. So if you travel, if you move with your family, you will be able to get additional 500 euros per month. And also, as I mentioned, with the mobility allowance, which is additional 600 euros per month, this would allow you to travel to conferences, to go to workshops, to go to poster sessions. So depending on what is necessary to complete your PhD, you will get this additional funding to your salary, which will be fixed, to be able to also look at your career development within those 3 years of the PhD. So the amounts are within the Marie Curie programs are very generous, and they are normally they're sufficient for your life in the country that you will be moving to.
Thank you. Another question. Uh, I would like to know about the eligibility for availing scholarship for undergraduate students.
I'm not sure what you mean by undergraduate. So undergraduate meaning you want to do a PhD in Europe?
Um,
That would be the career stage.
a person who is doing their bachelor's now at present. So, is it
Mm,
possible to do bachelor's in Europe?
um, yes, there are a few programs to do a bachelor degree, but they would be also all under the Erasmus Plus program. So there are a few available, again, through the Erasmus Plus website. that you will have to go and find out. Because as I mentioned, I am specializing more in researchers that have a little bit more experience, so from PhD on. But the Erasmus Plus website is the only source for bachelor and master students to look for funding and look for these particular courses, because this is the only program funded by the European Commission for this level of your studies. Again, of course, you can also look for other opportunities for bachelors or masters that would be funded by the member states, by the European countries. So I have to say at this point that there is not only funding within the big research program, the Horizon Europe, but there is also a lot of funding available from the member states themselves. They fund research, innovation, and studies. On the website, on the part of the presentation, the slide before the last, where I left all the links, you will also receive a link that is called Study in Europe. And on this particular website, you will be able to look for both bachelor's and master degree programs and courses in Europe. So that would be one source. The other source that I would recommend is to contact the Euraccess staff. So if you have already an idea which country perhaps you would like to go to, I would write an email to my colleagues in Europe, in the country that you choose, and ask them about other funding opportunities, either for students or researchers. Because, as I said, we are promoting the European research area as a whole, and I am normally talking about the programs funded by the European Commission, because we have so many other countries in Europe and we have so many other funding opportunities that we would probably be here for a whole week if I wanted to mention all the countries in Europe and all the possibilities that they offer. So what I would recommend, apart from looking at the Study in Europe program and the Erasmus Plus website, also send an email to my colleagues in Europe and ask them about what are the opportunities for your career stage that would be funded on the national level.
Okay, next question. If we complete master's program here in our own country, can we directly go for research work, or is it necessary to take masters from Europe?
No, it is not necessary to redo your master's. You will have to verify, obviously, the diploma that you will receive after your master's degree. It will have to be authenticated and translated into the language of the country. But then, after that, you will be able to embark on the PhD program if you wish, or another position, another job vacancy that you can find on the Euraccess Jobs website.
Okay, another is IELTS necessary for doing PhD in Europe? Maybe there are two questions, similar.
Yes. Again, very similar. You will have to have your diploma, your master degree diploma, translated and verified, authenticated, so to speak, in the country that you're going to, and then on the basis of that, then the institution will take it as a valid document.
Next question. Is master's degree certificate accepted in India if we study in Europe?
I would unfortunately not know that, because as I'm not familiar with the Indian research landscape, perhaps you could reach out to my colleagues at Euraccess India office, and they should be able to guide you through and give you the right information.
Next, regarding the PhD programs, certain topics, for example, like high energy physics, more likely to get into a PhD than, say, cosmology? Or do all topics have equal opportunity, equal demand in Europe?
So basically, with the PhD programs, when you will be looking for them, because all the PhD programs that are funded through the European Commission are placed under the Euraccess Jobs portal. They are part of the Euraccess job database. Although I know that it is called jobs, and sometimes it can be misleading that a PhD program is part of the jobs database. But the reason why it is part of the job database is because all the PhD positions are paid. So we look at you not as a PhD student, but as a PhD professional, as a PhD candidate. Therefore, you get a work contract with full social security and health insurance that will be deducted from your brutto salary. Therefore, you are looked at as an employee of the university or the research institution with a work contract. So these vacancies that you can find on the Euraccess jobs portal for doing a PhD in Europe, they are already predefined. It means that they will, give you a topic or a particular area that they are looking for a candidate to fill in that position. So it's very hard to say what is the balance in between the different research fields. I think you will be able to see it for yourself when you go on the Euraccess Jobs platform that I showed you a while ago, and you click on the research fields. And within that, you will see how many of which is available right now, because in the parentheses, there's always an indicated number of the positions that are within that particular research field. So you can basically scroll through and browse through those different research fields and see and compare what is, for example, more in demand in Europe, what is less. But because every single day the website is being actualized, so that's why you basically see changes happening all the time, because there are new projects coming out, there are new funding opportunities, therefore it changes, but there is no particular emphasis or focus, let's say, on one big research area. This is the only one that Europe is looking for. So I think that the website can kind of help you in sorting through and seeing which research fields are right now, let's say, more in demand than the others.
We have two more questions from Erasmus. Erasmus Plus, can we do research at master's level? Is it available? And also, another next question is, do we have to attempt any particular screening test for admission to post-graduation in Europe?
So with the first question is yes. Again, depending on your research field and how you define doing research while you're going to be doing your master course. But the easy and the straightforward answer is yes. Also, the good thing about these Erasmus Plus courses and the master courses is that there are normally joint degrees. And it means that you will be studying your master course at least 2 different institutions in Europe. And normally these institutions are based in 2 different countries. So you will receive sometimes 1 diploma from 1 institution, and sometimes there is also a possibility to receive something called a joint diploma. So you can receive a diploma from 2 different universities where you have done your master course. So this is a wonderful opportunity as well to get to know different research labs, to get to know different people, to do networking, to find out how the studies, the higher education system basically works in 2 or 3 different countries in Europe, because you will be able to do different courses within your master degree at different institutions. So this is definitely a big plus that the Erasmus Plus program offers. Could you please repeat the second question?
Second question, do we
Yes.
have to attempt any particular screening test for admission to post-graduation in Europe?
I'm not sure what a screening test means in this context. So I think I would not be able to answer your question. I'm sorry.
Okay, next. Is GRE compulsory to get admission in educational institution?
What is a GR?
GRE.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. What is a GRE?
I think they are asking about GRE test. Graduate record examination, GRE test.
Okay. So because these are really very, very specific questions and very detailed one already with the application process, and especially they're connected to the degree that I'm not in charge of. So I would advise you to contact my colleagues in Europe, in the country that you would like to move to, and ask them, because again, Europe is a continent, but every single country has their own rules and regulations when it comes to higher education. So there are some programs that are funded by the European Commission, as I mentioned, the Erasmus Plus, the Marie Sklodska-Curie, and the European Research Council grants that have a particular salary, and they have a particular rule that has to be complied with and agreed on, when you go. So those rules are the same across the board. But when it comes to particular national funded master degrees or PhDs, each university and each country has the right to decide on their own local rules and regulations. So if they need a particular test, if you have to go a particular exam, how do they authenticate your diploma? What do you need in terms of like all the paperwork and the requirements to apply for the particular position. So it's different in every single country, and sometimes even the institutions or the universities within the same country can have different requirements. So that's why, I'm saying that the best thing that you can do is really to contact my colleagues that are at the Euraccess service centers in Europe and ask them about the particular country that you have in mind and you would like to go to. Because unfortunately, there is no one formula, one size fits all for one particular exam that it would be for the entire European Union. So that's why you have to divide and you have to see where you would like to go and then ask the particular question to the person who is based in the country of your interest. I'm sorry, it's a bit complex, but I'm sure you will do fine and you will manage.
We have one more question. Is the admission for PG, that means pure post-graduation, purely based on our university grades, or is there any entrance test?
So it's exactly the same answer as I just said for the previous question, meaning it is different depending on where you go, which university, which institution, whether you will be funded by the European Commission or you will be receiving your salary from the national budget of the country, of the university. So there's no one answer for the entire Europe, I'm afraid.
Thank you, Victoria. So I think we have covered almost all the questions. So now I would like to invite our Vice Principal and IQSC Coordinator, Dr. Steffi Thomas, for a word of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to all from India and good morning to ma'am. Am I audible? Okay, I think I am audible. I cannot have any feedbacks. Anyway, so it is a pleasure to be over here because we have taken everything very nicely. We have covered the matter very precisely, and I believe that you have answered all the queries. So it's not easy to answer every queries from all part of regarding all parts of the Europe, but still you managed to make it very effective. The classes were effective, the session was very effective, and I would like to thank you on behalf of all the members of the DCM family for sparing time with us and making this valuable session for all those who are attended. I am quite sure for all those who are attended and those who are planning to watch this, definitely will be gained from this one. So we are very thankful to you, ma'am. Very thankful to you. Now I would like to thank the organizer, Professor Dr. Elizabeth Vijan. She has been instrumental in planning this one and putting it into practice. She has done a very good work. And on behalf of everybody present out here, I thank Dr. Elizabeth for her efforts. Now let me thank our administration, our principal, Dr. Rihanna Thomas. She planned to be out here, but she cannot make it due to some other reasons because of the administrative responsibilities. And our Persa Father could not make it out here. And Dr. M. Thomas, my fellow vice principal, she is attending this one. So on behalf of everybody, I thank our administrative side for helping us in organizing this workshop, organizing this webinar in a beautiful way. And I thank on behalf of everybody from the DCM family, I thank all the participants for extending your support for making this event a success. And thank you. Over to you, Resotma.
Thank you, Steffi. Victoria, many of our participants are thanking you, and they are telling that the session was very informative and they like it very much. So thank you very much for this very nice presentation and for this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much to you, Elizabeth, for organizing it. To the entire team of the university, thank you for having me, for inviting me. I hope it was useful and informative. And as Dr. John said at the beginning, don't be afraid to reach high and dream. We have a platform, we have a lot of information for you, so take advantage of it. And I wish you all good luck, and especially